Rob Tebbutt here for Boxing News, joined by the one and only Frank Warren. We're here in Wroclaw in Poland ahead of Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. Very well. I'm a bit hot. It's a very busy press conference here today, isn't it?
It is. There's a lot of people here, but quite rightly so. There's 3 belts on the line. Two big guys in there. So this is what it's all about, mate.
Let's jump straight into it. Your man Daniel Dubois, who's just walked past you behind us there with a big smile on his face. He hasn't stopped smiling every time I've seen him today. Goes for glory this weekend. Behind enemy lines, you're very, very confident that your man does the job. Why is that, Frank?
Because I feel he's got youth on his side. I think he's got a great jab, he's got a good boxing brain, he's got tremendous power in both hands, and he's got great footwork. And I think that if he can do what Joshua didn't do in his previous 2 fights with Usyk, and that is command the ring, command the centre ring, impose himself, then he can win this. I'm absolutely convinced he can win it.
Daniel just told me that he's going to go out there, and I think I'm paraphrasing slightly, but words to the effect of, I'm going to be like a wild man throwing lots of punches. Is that what he has to do on Saturday night?
Well, he's got to impose himself. That's what he needs to do. And if he imposes himself, he can make it happen. And I don't want him going looking for big punches, because you wind yourself up when you do it. I want him to settle down and work off the jab, but be command the ring. Go take the centre, push him on the back foot. If he can do that, he can win it.
Now, of course, you're backing your man Daniel Dubois, but I think it's fair to say that he enters on Saturday night as a quite sizable underdog, certainly with the bookies. But with regards to yourself and him becoming heavyweight champion, where would that rank in your storied career of achievements?
Well, according to the bookies, it'd be the biggest one.
How would you compare it with some of your other successes?
I've been doing this a long time. I've been around big names who've been written off time and time again. And you can't write people off, especially if they're quality fighters, because you never know what's going to happen on the night. And if you've got faith in what they can do, if you believe in them, then you put them in. If you don't believe in them, you don't put them there. Or you say to them, listen, this is a payday for you. It's a tough fight, you may win it, I doubt if you will. But it's a payday, and that's your choice. I believe you can win it.
A lot of the talk, naturally, when it comes down to a heavyweight fight, is dominated by a certain Tyson Fury, and the winner of this fight potentially boxing Tyson Fury, of course, the WBC heavyweight champion. Of course, Daniel and Usyk will be firmly focused on this Saturday, but from your point of view as the promoter, is that the logical next step for the winner of Saturday?
Let's see what happens on Saturday. There will be a unification next year.
Is there a rematch clause on Saturday?
No rematches. No.
Just,
winner walks away with the 3 belts.
Just skipping through the rest of the card, Aadam Hamed, the next generation. We saw him up there, of course, with your old charge, Aadam Hamed. Yeah. Did you ever think one day you'd be promoting Nass's son?
No, I didn't. He's here, and it's great, and I see his mum and Alicia there, so it's fabulous, and he's such a nice boy. He's a lovely boy. I'm looking forward to seeing him in action.
And making his debut on quite a big card as well.
It is a big card, yeah, it is a big card, so as I say, it's going to be interesting.
And elsewhere on the card, you've got Hamzah Sheeraz in a tough fight against Richard.
It's a tough fight. He's again comes to the other guy's backyard, but I genuinely believe he's one of the best fighters we've got in the UK. He's definitely got the going all the way. Him and Denzel is going to be interesting down the road, because they're both good quality fighters, and I'm looking forward to seeing them get it on. Hopefully, one of them defending a world title.
I was just about to say, I saw Denzel last week. He was very, very confident. Should that fight ever take place, would it have to be for a world title? It seems like middleweight at the minute is seemingly a little bit more open than it has been.
If it's for a world title, there'll be big paydays for both events.
Last week, a couple from me before I let you go. Obviously, a very busy day here, very busy press conference. Dennis McCann, obviously, we saw a couple of weeks ago against McCann-Baluta, or last week. The weeks are flying by, Frank, as you know. What did you make of his performance in that fight? A lot of people felt that he may have been somewhat fortunate to get the draw there.
He wasn't fortunate to get the draw. He got a bad cut and fought with a bad cut for 2 rounds. He was in front on the judges' card, and on my card up until he got the cut, and the cut was hampering him. I mean, really, if the referee had stopped it earlier, he'd have won the fight, because he was in front on all their cards. On all the 3 judges' cards, he was in front before he got the cut. And I thought he was getting really into the fight, really getting into it, and he was commanding the fight at that stage. But when you get cuts like that, you get blood, and it's in a terrible position where it's affecting the eyesight, it spurs the opponent on. And in Baluta, he's a competitive guy.
Irrespective of the result, how much will Dennis learn from that fight?
He learned a lot. He was doing all right. He knows what he's got to do. I believe in Dennis. I mean, he showed a lot of balls. He was tough, gritted his teeth, got caught a couple of times. that is all good for him, all learning experience, and he will come back when we make the rematch, knows what he's got to do, and I believe that he will win the fight.
Do you want to see the rematch next?
I'm probably good. We'll see what happens with the cut. It's quite a bad cut. Went right down to his skull.
Final one from me, Frank. You're really, really good at these ones. You've never let me down once. It's TNT Sports pay-per-view. I want you to look into that camera right there. I want you to tell everybody in the UK what to expect Saturday night.
TNT. You know what TNT stands for? Explosion. Explosive. You're going to see a massive, massive event on Saturday night. Watch it on TNT pay-per-view. It's going to be something special. Be there.
There we go, Frank. Warren, thanks so much for speaking to Boxing News.
Okay.
Cheers, mate. Let me
Let's
grab
go.
that mic off you.